Welcome to Flying Triangle Radio. Ben Pherson. The show, as always, is sponsored by Torgy's Live, our great sponsor down there in Austin. They sponsor all the shows, all the MMA shows we host down there too. So big thanks to Torgy's Live. Food specials every single day down there. So check it out if you haven't been down there yet. It's a great spot to eat, great spot to party, great spot for everything. So today I welcome Chad Curry to the show. Chad is the number 2 ranked 155 pounder in the state, and he has a huge fight on Saturday night. So Chad, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
I know you're. I really got to thank you because this show will be up on Thursday, and it's Thursday of fight week. That means you are cutting weight, and you got a lot to cut. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us how far you have to go and where you started at.
Yeah, well, usually I'm walking around about 185 pounds. For the most part throughout the year. It's been a pretty long training camp. I tried to get on a couple cards earlier. So, my cardio's been up, but the weight hasn't necessarily been down for the whole camp. Waking up Monday morning, I think I was 68, so I'm just trying to drop, a few pounds here before the big water cut tomorrow, which should probably be around 7-8 pounds.
So, obviously, not a fun time in your life right now?
No, it's not. It can be real difficult trying to, balance a good diet, keep my training up, go to work, and then still maintain a family life with my wife and 2 children at home here.
Yeah, I'm sure that you got to thank them for putting up with grumpy Chad Curry during these times.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. My wife, she's a saint. She really does well with when I'm in my bad moods and even my meal preparation. She does a great job at preparing low calorie meals that are portioned very well. So, having her love and support throughout my training camps and my out of season, training has been gold as far as fighting in my career goes. I know it can be really difficult at times to be being gone all the time, but she understands that I love fighting. She loves to support me, and I love to support her. So it's nice having a really positive structure here at home, when I get home at 8, 9 every night, and I, have a family that welcomes me with open arms.
And I know for a while your brother Zach was helping you out with some strength stuff, and I don't know if he was doing the nutrition side of stuff too, but is Zach still helping you with that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, big time. Zach is a huge role as a coach in my training camps, not only with strength and conditioning, but nutritional tips. I call him or talk to him, pretty much on a daily basis. It's great having him there because he's very educated on the subject. He's always willing to learn new stuff, and it's fantastic having a guy like that to call at any time I please to ask questions about nutrition. What should I be eating during certain times of the day? What shouldn't I be eating at certain times of the day? And I actually just called him the other day to talk to him for a little bit, and he was kind of helping me, get through some few tough hours there during the weight cut, so it's not just informative. He's a very positive, a very big figure as far as my training goes. Fantastic coach to have.
Nice, and I should mention you're joining us today from lovely Chatfield, Minnesota, your hometown, where you wrestled. They're coming off a state wrestling title, so it's got to be cool to be a part of that. Even if you're kind of looking at the program from afar, but got to be cool to see some kids I'm sure well win a state title down there.
Yeah, it is. It is awesome, and I've been in the room a few times to just kind of help out and roll around with a few of those guys, and every one of them is tough, and every one of them has the right attitude. We lost a close one to Kenyon, I think last Thursday, I want to say it was.
Yep, it was last Thursday.
33-31. Yeah, I wasn't able to make it. I had to get to training, but, their head's in the right place. Coach Jovis and Travis Bartels are really motivating them. They're excited. They're pumped up for the season, and I've been wrestling with them. Even those light guys are giving me a workout, so I'm excited for sections to see what happens. It's going to be one heck of a match. For
sure. Now, you're still at Mario Roberto Jiu-Jitsu Academy, a place I talk about often, through the website and wherever I can. It's I truly believe that Mario is either the best on the planet or certainly with right there with the best guys on the planet to train at. Now, I think some guys from outside see, they see your name in the rankings and see you doing well, but they don't see a whole lot of other guys right now training out of Mario's gym. I would say that is really irrelevant when you look at some of the guys that you're training with every day, some of the blue and purples that I think would roll if they ever got into fighting. They'd be very good, but they're not fighters right now, but they're, like I said, they're just as good as anybody in the state on the ground.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. We've got we got a couple black belts that were just promoted that they don't ever want to get into fighting, but as far as being on the ground, it's unbelievable how technical and how good they are and how much knowledge they possess. So it's great having, Jason Mulholland and Tom Lovett are the two. It's great having them in there just for the fact that, Mario can't make training every single day. There are days he gets sick or he needs off just to get out of the gym. We have guys that are black belts underneath Mario that are very knowledgeable and very skilled in the sport, and it's great just to have them there to roll with on a daily basis. We got some really good purple belts. We got Victor and we got Grant, who are tough guys that I think in the next couple of years we'll be at brown for sure. It's great. It's just insane how good these guys are in a matter of just a handful of years that they've been doing this. It's all really a tribute to Mario and how well he can connect with the students and how well he teaches jiu-jitsu. Just really shows, his knowledge of the sport, and not just of jiu-jitsu, but MMA overall.
I think that's exactly right. How he teaches it is what sets him apart. To me, he puts things into perspective that even, someone who's super green walking into that gym, you're like, oh yeah, I get that. And he puts it in, I've heard guys who used to watch those video segments on the site talk about, oh my goodness, that was a little tweak that Mario showed in something I've done for 5 years that I've never heard, and they've never been more excited to get to the gym and try that little tweak that Mario showed them.
Yeah, he definitely is. One of those guys that has developed techniques himself over the years and critiqued other techniques to make them just that much better. We're talking tiny measurements of critiquing on a technique can make a huge difference in Mario's ability to see that and apply it, not just to him doing it, but to actually be able to teach it to all of the students at the gym is it's gold, is what it is. It's fantastic to have.
Nice. Now, Saturday night, you are taking on the biggest challenge of your career, and I think looking at your record and things, and it's not even close. I mean, this is by far the biggest challenge of your career. You're going to be taking on Alonzo Martinez in the main event of Caged Chaos 6 at Canterbury Park in Shakopee. This is a loaded card to begin with, and now this fight kind of came together last minute because you lost another opponent late, which obviously throughout your career has been kind of the theme. Guys just kind of back out or get hurt, or it just happens. But Martinez is a guy I know well from back in the day, and obviously he's I think in the newspaper story I ran down that list of UFC vets he's beaten, not just fought, beaten. And it's got to be, I don't know where your emotions are for this fight. Are you excited for the opportunity, or what are you thinking right now?
Yeah, I'm incredibly excited. This is a fight that I've really been looking forward to. Not necessarily fighting Alonzo, but a person of that caliber, a person that's been to the next level, that's fought and beaten guys at the next level, someone that's proven themselves tried and true, who's gritty and tough and is good on the ground and has good hands. I can't wait for the fight. I'm so pumped to get in the cage and show everyone that, this is a test for me that I'm going to pass. I can't wait to get in there and start exchanging leather with Alonzo. It's going to be a good fight. This is definitely a fight people are not going to want to miss.
I said, like I said, it's already part of a very, very loaded card, top to bottom. I think we lost a fight yesterday, but we're still at 19 fights for Saturday night. It will start at 5:45 sharp. I can guarantee you that, because we have too many fights to start late, and we won't be doing a lot of breaks, if any breaks, because we got so many fights. But for you, I don't know how much study. You haven't had a lot of time to study Alonzo Martinez, but what do you know about him? Have you been able to scout him out a little bit?
Yeah, I've watched a few of his fights for sure. Really the biggest thing is overall he is just a tough guy. Finishing him is not going to be easy. He's got good submissions and good submission defense on top of that. His hands are not to be messed around with by any means, but it's just going to be one of those fights. It's just going to be a dog fight, is what it is. He's just a tough guy that I'm excited to fight.
Yeah, and he is, he's kind of got that thing where he's not amazing at anything, but he's good at everything. He's got that will to win, and I think about that fight against Travis Brzezinski years and years ago. Must have been 2006 or 7, right here in Rochester, right when I got to town, and that fight was incredible. And boy, does that dude hit hard. And Brzezinski has a lot of what Martinez has, kind of that. I don't know what he's great at, but he was just good at everything, and he had that will to win. And those guys are tough to prepare for.
Yeah, definitely. It's just one of those things where I just need to be mentally prepared to absolutely go to war with them. It's tough to study a certain aspect that he completely excels at, because that's not necessarily the case. Like you were saying, he's just good at everything. So, I'm just going to have to roll up the punches and try to execute my game plan the best I can and push the pace on him and try and break him.
Now, we haven't seen you fight for a while. Obviously, some injuries have done some things, and obviously losing opponents have done some things. But what's different about your game from the last time we saw you in the cage? I think the last time we saw you was Mikey Waverick. What's different about your game since then?
Well, I think the biggest part is my ground game. That's something that I really, 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 focused on this last off season. Getting the purple belt was the goal for 2014, and I was able to achieve that at the beginning of November. So I've really been focusing on my ground game as far as being a more technical fighter on the ground, and not necessarily, just a wrestler that can take a guy down and punch, but finding openings for submissions and things like that. On top of that, my striking has definitely improved. I don't believe it's improved as much as my ground game has, but it's definitely a lot better than what it was when I fought Mikey Waverick, and I'm excited. I'm excited to get in there. I can't say that enough. I can't wait to get in there and fight again.
Nice. And you mentioned the purple belt, and getting a purple belt from Mario Roberto is that's legit. That's not he doesn't hand those things out very easily, and especially a guy like you who's trained from day one with Mario. I'm sure it's cool for you. It's an honor for you, but it's probably pretty cool for Mario too, as he's finally starting to get some of these guys that are getting purple. Kind of day one purple guys.
Yeah. I think it's definitely. I think Mario thinks it's pretty cool too. You would not believe the amount of people that come into Mario's gym, try it for a year, didn't get promoted, didn't see the progress, and then decided to quit. Or people that walk in and do it for just a couple of years and get the blue belt, and then haven't gotten the purple belt in a matter of 3 years, so they quit. So I think Mario's definitely excited that I'm kind of one of them guys that I had no jiu-jitsu whatsoever walking into his gym, and he was able to sculpt me and mold me into the jiu-jitsu practitioner that I am today.
Nice. And kind of a cool thing for you here too is, obviously you don't want to look ahead, but win, lose, or draw, you have your next fight set, and that's coming up real quick, February 13th down in Austin. Again, kind of a place where things started off for you, but how is that mindset? It's got to be nice for a guy who, like I said, you've had a million guys back out and have not probably been as regular in the sport as you would have liked to. It's got to be nice to have your next fight already. What's coming next.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of nice having the peace of mind that at least, telling the people who are asking when I'm fighting next and who I'm fighting next to actually be able to have a date and a name set in place. I haven't really thought about the fight much, hardly at all even, just because I don't like to look past any opponent.
No, you can't look past Alonzo Martinez either, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely someone that you don't want to be looking past. So I've just been really focusing on this fight, this camp, making myself, mentally and physically prepared for this, and then after this fight's over, maybe take a couple of days off to relax with the family, and then get right back in the grind for February.
Nice. I guess I didn't even ask, how are you health-wise now after, like I said, I know you had a lot of little things kind of nagging at you before when you were trying to fight in April. How are you with those kind of injuries? Are you pretty healthy for this fight?
Yeah, this is the best I've felt in a training camp thus far. I don't have any even small nagging injuries at all. The training camp went very, very smooth. I had a slight hiccup here 3 weeks ago. I got sick for 2 or 3 days. But I was able to kick that and get right back on track right after that. I feel good, and I'm just happy that everything's going smoothly, and I got the fight.
Nice. Any other fight? I don't know how much you've looked at the rest of the card. Any other fights you're looking forward to on Saturday night?
I haven't even hardly checked out the card too much. I know Ben Stanley's fight, and I'm not going to be able to watch that. I would love to be able to watch that fight. I know there's a few guys out of the academy. I'm kind of hoping to maybe sneak out of the locker room and watch them. And for the most part, I don't think I'll be able to see them just because I'll be trying to get mentally focused and ready for my fight.
Now, before I let you go, we should mention you still got a few tickets. I know your wife Amanda's taking care of most of that. Probably just the rest of the day they can get them. Maybe I don't know if she's going to have them tomorrow or not.
No, we're done selling them after tonight. We don't want to. I don't even really want to be thinking about it.
Yep.
Tomorrow by any means. Even today, she's being a trooper about it, and she's making calls and contacting people that usually go to the fights that we haven't heard from. So. She's really hustling to get them sold today, so we don't have to try and monkey around with it tomorrow at all.
Nice, for sure. People can still get ticks at cagetix.com. And I think there will probably be some available at the door. I don't know. I guess that's your risk if you want to take it. But we are in the new event center there at Canterbury. I'm excited to see the venue. We haven't been in there yet, but I think I played poker in there once. It's a nice new. It's a nice new area. They do kind of their bigger poker tournaments in the back in that conference area now, and it's a cool little area. I'm excited to see the setup there. I know there's not as much obstructed view as the normal Canterbury that we go to, where the pillars are there and stuff. So it should be a great place for fights. And like I said, we are definitely doing it up as big as we've done all year on this card to end the year. So again, Saturday night we're going to kick it off at 5:45. And Chad, man, I don't know what time you're going to be in the cage. It might be after 11 o'clock before you get in the cage.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have to get a late nap in just to get up for that.
Yeah, okay. You might have to get a nap in between when you got to do the fighters meeting and when you fight.
Yeah.
Find a quiet place.
Do that too.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you joining us today, Chad, and I wish you luck with the rest of the weight cut. I'm sure, like I said, the rest of the day is not something you're probably looking forward to, but I'm sure come fight night it will be all worth it.
Yeah, definitely the light. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, so I can't wait to get through this.
All right. Thanks, Chad, and good luck on Saturday night.
All right. Thanks for having me. Take care.